So, good evening, everyone, and once again, welcome back to the webinar series. And for February, we have a theme around how to construct the narrative of love that you experience in your life, generally in life, and how that reflects in your relationships. So, that's the theme for February, and thank you for your participation. That really inspires us, and we learn a lot from that. So, thank you so much. So, today's topic is about how to recognize if you are blinded by love in your relationships. And even before we start with the topic, we want to clear that when we are saying that constructing the narrative of love for yourself, and we are talking about relationships, we are not talking just about the romantic or significant other relationship. Any important relationship in your life, with your parents, with your siblings, with your best friends, your acquaintances in your life, anybody whom you consider that bond is important for you, because that's where you experience certain things. There might be good things, there might be certain repetitive patterns that you want to overcome. Right, Priya? Okay.
I think people are a challenge or a trigger for many people, as in relationships are a way to show us our inner world. And we also take the challenge of building a relationship with people in different ways. So I think that when we say constructing a narrative, it's about relationships in general, about any relationship that you would want to create in your life.
Yeah, yeah. So, today's topic, as I said, is about recognizing if you are blinded by love in your relationships. So, we want to talk about how to identify whether you're blinded, and if you are, to what degree are you blinded? And awareness is the first step, first key to get out of a pattern. So, when we talk about uh, blind love, what comes to my mind is uh, how at times, our loved one is going through something which we feel needs to be fixed for them, or it is too painful. And in any relationship, when we are playing a certain role, we unconsciously, subconsciously, or even consciously try to do something more than what is required out of us. And of course, the intention is love and care behind whatever we do to help others. But we just cross the line and we make it our problem, simply because we are not able to see when our loved one is in pain, which is very human thing. We are pained by anyone else who matters to us. When they are in pain, we are in pain. So when we go beyond what is expected out of us and what is rightful for us to do, then we have crossed the line, we have violated our own boundary, and in the process, possibly the other person's boundary as well. And now we are offering something or we are doing something which is not required, and then it is a consequence where we may feel disappointed that the other person's life is not getting fixed or their behavior is not changing in a particular situation or towards us, or we experience exhaustion, burnout. Yeah. So this is a basic theme that we want you all to start recognizing for yourself. Priya, do you want to add anything over here?
No, I think that says it all. Like blind love, I feel in one sentence is the inability to see a loved one in a painful situation or in a painful emotion. So you cross your line and do more than what is necessary. You're
Yeah.
blinded by that person's painful situation.
So the key here is when I feel painful because somebody important in my life is experiencing a hurt or pain, then I need to focus on my pain. But at times, my logic might tell me that fix their pain and your pain will go away. So, very unknowingly, unintentionally, I start fixing their life, right? And now, what might happen out of this? I may experience what I experience, but that may even damage the relationship. Because when we are doing something uh, not rightfully or not what is expected or what not has been asked by another person, then it is definitely a burden for them. They may not like it, or they may not like the way we are offering it. And it is all our need, not their need. And that's when the relationship, you know, becomes a problem. And we think this relationship is not working out. But in the background, it could be our own need to help people, our own need to fix their life. Again, why we are saying that this is out of blind love? Because we are not going and fixing a stranger's life. We are trying to fix someone who is a very close to our heart kind of a person. So the context is love and care, but the focus needs to be here. That what happens to me if I see my father go through XYZ situation? Or what happens to me when my friend is going through third breakup and she's really heartbroken? So that is where the key is. Can I look within how I feel? Yeah. If we start doing all of this, what might become available to us? First thing, we become aware of our own journey. And at times, we stand in the transformation or breakthrough of another person. Too much of need to help somebody might come in their way to create what they want. So when we take ourselves out of that equation, they are actually helping another person. We are not saying if loved one goes through something painful, we should become indifferent. But we can always see what is the rightful boundary, what is it that I can offer, which is expected from them, and it is rightful for me to do. Yeah, Priya?
Yes, like just doing enough.
And this enough might have a different definition in different bonds. Right? So sometimes a child has taken so much pain because parents were not there that now they feel it is very natural for them, and parents have started expecting. But when they start drawing the boundary, parents may continue to expect, but the grown up child may choose not to go and help what they were doing earlier. So they will do just enough. Yeah. So we want you to start recognizing, as we are discussing all of this, you can take one relationship which is most important to you as of today and focus on that relationship and ask yourself these questions. Is there anything that is happening to that person? Or is it anything in their behavior which triggers you in a way, but you want them to change? And are you trying to do anything there? If you apply this to one relationship today, you will know how to apply it to rest of your relationships. Yeah. So the questions you could ask is, are you trying to help without them asking for help? Are you trying to advise them? Now, if you have become more aware with whatever self-work you have already done, maybe you are not going and telling them, but you keep thinking about what they should do. So even that is kind of a blind love, which is interfering with their journey. And your energy is stuck there, right? So we want you to sit with these questions. Priya, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I wanted to just give maybe an example. So let us take the case of two siblings, two brothers or two sisters, or a brother and a sister. And if one is doing financially well and the other is going through a financial crisis, then it is very natural for the person who's doing financial well to help the other person come out of the crisis. And when they are unable to do that, there could be a sense of guilt that, you know what, see, I am enjoying so much and you aren't able to enjoy. And I worry for you. So such kind of uh, energies or such kind of emotions keeps the relationship entangled. So what should the person who is doing well, what they could do is stand in a rightful manner, asking the person, what is it that you need as help? So I have seen situations where one sibling has helped the other financially, giving money, but that has not sufficed because the other sibling does not need that. They need support, maybe, or they need trust to grow and transform. So they did not ask for money directly. They just said, or maybe patience. Yeah. So we usually jump the gun to help people who are very close to us, who are our loved ones, to help them in all ways that we think we can help.
Yeah.
But that will not alter the situation, because that is not what they are asking for. Yeah, Gayatri. So that's how relationships get entangled, or energies get stuck, or blind love plays a very important role in taking your rightful place in any relationship.
Yeah.
And I can say in a lot of constellations that Gayatri and I have facilitated, a lot of times the child picks on the painful situation of the parents out of love for the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gayatri.
This also brings me to, you know, another point where we all have the need to belong, so basic and so profound that out of that need, we tend to take on similar pain on ourselves. Like Priya said, because I'm blindly in love with parents, I may want to suffer very unconsciously, just like they suffer, either in finances or career or in relationships. If uh, most of my friends are, going through a particular kind of situation and they cope up by distracting, I may feel that if I don't distract and if I don't join them in the similar manner, I may not remain friends with them. I may feel excluded. So just to belong with them, we take on those habits, we take on those patterns. So that's a damage to the self, and that's a damage to the bigger possibility of they coming out of it. Because we are now suppressing our own needs and our own happiness also. So the need to belong is so strong that we get easily blinded by the love. Because if I want to be fully happy, let's say I am experiencing joy of long awaited promotion, but my friend is still struggling in his career, I may not feel completely happy around him and comfortable to share the news of my promotion. So we underplay or we try to make them feel better. So I believe once we recognize where we are behaving out of blind love, the next conscious step that can be taken on and you all can start practicing is when a friend or a family member is going through something painful and they start talking about it, even before you give them any kind of space, ask them what is the intention behind sharing that. Do they just want to vent, or they want some advice, or they want you to handle some part of it? Is it going to be uh, easy for you, convenient for you to do that or not? So setting the tone for such kind of conversations can tell you where you stand when you're listening to them. So what is the intention? Are they looking for a solution, or they are just looking for empty space to vent out and feel a little better? Those are the realistic expectations, and then you will know. For example, you have the solution or the way in which they can solve the problem, but they are not asking for that. Then you won't suggest that. You won't suggest that prematurely. You may still hold that space, that there is a space when you can share something and they may take that on, but you will not push it. Like Priya gave an example. Brother may not be looking for financial support, but maybe he's looking for trust or space or time, patience, whatever. So if we really start asking people what they are looking for, we know where we stand in that situation, and we also know in what capacity we are capable of standing.
Arush,
Sometimes they might be expecting more, but we don't have that yet, or we don't have that kind of mind space right now. So that can save all of us from a lot of pain or the damage that gets created, and that's another level of problem then from the main problem. Yeah. So I think
I would like to add
yeah.
something here.
Yeah.
So at least in a lot of Indian households, I have come across that when a person in the family is going through pain, it is necessary for the people of the family to help. They have to be a part of the pain, or they have to take on and do for the person in whatever ways necessary. So it is a conditioning also at times. So like there have been clients who have come who have said, ki, oh, so isn't it right for me to carry the pain just because I'm a son or a brother or a sister or a daughter? It is my duty, right? So the good news is it is not a duty. That is yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is how we wanted to share with you and give you certain pointers to recognize where is the blind love present in your life, in whichever relationship, and what you could do to consciously at least do to overcome. The next step would be what happens to me when I see my loved one going through that pain, and if I'm not able to control my need to help them, then working on that need and working on that particular painful emotion which I feel seeing them go through the pain. So consciously you can start practicing certain things, but unless if there is very, very strong need to help your family members or closed ones, then that subconscious need will take over. So there you may need work. But for that, we want you to, first start recognizing. And apart from this, we want to guide you through experiential exercise to understand certain things or certain patterns around blind love in your life. So, are you all ready? Do you have a pen and paper with you? Priya, could you please take them?
Yeah. So do you have a pen and paper with you? So now I would like you to think about your immediate family. And when I say immediate family, I'm talking of your mother, father, and your siblings, and you. And when you think of them, I would want you to, on the paper, put yourself on one side in a circle, or you can name it, and make all the others stand on the other side, and you can name them, however you call them, your mother, father, and your siblings. And you can just draw lines to each one of them. So it'll look like an umbrella. Like I'm standing, and my parents are standing, and my siblings are standing, and there is a line.
And you can go with any order, but just
Yeah,
make a note of the order in your head. Do you remember your mother first, or your sibling first, or your father first? Who comes the next? Make a mental note of that.
and once you're done with that, you could pick up any one relationship for now, either your mother, your father, or any of your siblings. And your mind will take you to any incident in which they have been in either a painful, a hurtful, or a vulnerable space. And it will also take you back to the time when what was your response or reaction to their pain. You could note it down. What did you do? And as you become aware of the incident or phase of life, as you go deeper into it, and with the role that you have played, as in, is it a parent daughter, parent child relation, or is it a sibling relation, an elder sibling or a younger sibling? You will also become aware of, did you hold your role well? Did you just do enough? Or did you try to fix their pain? Of course, out of love. And what has been the impact of you doing that on you? While doing this exercise, if you have emotions coming up, let it come. Did you feel drained? Did you feel taken for granted? Or did you feel anything else? Or was there a sense of, I did this and I set it right? Kind of an arrogance. And now, as you go through that incident to one level deeper, what is it that you could not handle of yourself when you saw your loved one in that situation? Were you sad or angry or guilty, helpless, or anything else? And in the process of being unable to handle your own emotion, what did you do to fix the other side?
Can you repeat, Priya?
So, in the process of being unable to handle your own sadness, seeing them in that, or your own helplessness, seeing them in that situation, or your own feelings. How did you feel in that moment, in that phase? Because you were unable to handle your emotion, what did you do to fix them? So that they come out of it. And in the process, you come out of your painful emotion. And once again, as you ask yourself, did you stand in your role well? Did you just do enough? As you sit with your realizations, I would like you to repeat this for each of the members of your family. And see where is it that you have violated the boundary out of blind love. Where has the imbalance been created? This week, we would like you to do this for yourself and sit with your realizations. And I'm sure a lot of things will surface for your own self. Yeah, Gayatri? Anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, this is perfect, I guess. If this is complete, then we can take the sharing.
Yeah, you can stop the recording and then.
Yeah.